Hey guys, xRellic here, and welcome to today's video. It's the Team Deathmatch UMP MOAB that I got that I've been talking about for a while, and this is one of the first games that I'm going to be posting that is a live recording. So I won't be talking about my setup, it's right there on screen a few seconds back. So if you guys want to see that, just go back and pause it and you can check it out. What I will say is that this gun is pretty beast now that the patch is out and it takes less bullets to kill from a long range, and I really like it. I'm going to be using it more. I feel like it's a competitor to the MP7 and the PP90 M1 among the best submachine guns, so definitely check it out if you guys get a chance. What I wanted to talk about is a couple things, one of them being the Olympics, and I personally have only watched one event these Olympics, and it was the soccer game between the USA and Canada in the women's semi-final, and it was probably one of the greatest soccer games I've ever seen in my life. And I've played soccer for about 15 years. I'm not too sure. I am obviously living in Canada, and I feel like the game was ruined by the refereeing. There was a ton of calls that were blatantly wrong. Most of them were against Canada, but I will obviously admit there were a bunch that were against US too. Like, it wasn't just those two big calls that led to the tying goal. It was out of bounds calls, uncalled fouls, called fouls even that weren't actual fouls. Like, I feel like there were a lot of mistakes made by the refereeing, and oh man, I feel bad for the Canadian women because I feel like they deserve that win in regular time. And of course, I don't blame them, and I don't blame the US women either. Obviously, they took advantage of what the refereeing gave them an opportunity to do, so good on them. And it was probably one of the greatest games of all time, no matter what. You guys should definitely see if you can watch that if you're a soccer fan somehow, because it's worth the time. I was supposed to be working and I just got super distracted and didn't get anything done because I was just enveloped in the soccer game. However, I did notice a bunch of people on Twitter, a bunch of Americans, talking trash about the game afterwards, and it didn't really make sense to me. I mean, obviously Canada's not whining about the US, their style, their anything. We were upset with the two calls that even every single American that I talked to admitted, oh, you might have a claim at being upset about those. So I'm not sure why Americans have to be arrogant and boastful about that, and obviously it's not all Americans, but there were a ton who just really tried to put Canada down after that game, and the game was so fairly played or evenly played, and such a great game to watch that I didn't understand why Americans had to be assholes after the fact when they were the number one ranked team and almost lost that game in regular time. Of course, someone in Canada had to make a picture that had the US women celebrating after their third goal and going, "You mad, Canada?" And the second half of the picture was Sidney Crosby with his arms in the air getting mobbed by teammates saying, "Nah, not really." So I was pretty happy about that. That puts my feelings in words probably. Soccer obviously isn't the biggest sport in either US or Canada, so losing in that is not a big deal. Hockey would have been a much bigger deal. But again, one of the greatest soccer games of all time. You guys should definitely check that out if you guys have an opportunity. In terms of my own life, Vancouver had a wicked thunderstorm last night. Absolutely, like, for hours and hours. The entire lower mainland and Vancouver area was just getting pelted by thunder, and my dog was going absolutely nuts. And the way a thunderstorm is in terms of weather, like, you just don't want to get involved. And here's the MOAB, my first team deathmatch MOAB I have ever gotten, I think. Like 90% sure. Thunderstorms, you don't want to go out. It's just a shitty, I mean, obviously it's powerful and you can make claims that it's awesome, but in general, it's weather you don't want to be caught dead in. And that is the way I felt yesterday and today. I've been super feverish, super coughing, and that's my sickness level of yesterday and today. So I have not been in a good mood. I've not been gaming. I've not been doing anything. I'm recording this video now because I figured I should. Actually, speaking of videos, my last video got so many views. It got 100 and almost 60 views by now. And that's because I asked Wicked Shrapnel if it was okay I mentioned him in it, and he commented on it, and people just flocked to it. And obviously 160 is not a ton in terms of big channels, but for me that's by far my biggest video of all time. First one over 100 views, so that's pretty cool. Thanks everybody, and thanks Wicked Shrapnel for that. And if you guys want to see more videos, I hope this video and that last one impressed you guys. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will be posting more videos like these, and hopefully you guys enjoy them. And if you did, please leave a like and a comment. So I will see you guys later. 37-2-1 I think this video was. I go 37-2-0 and die right at the end. But whatever, obviously flawless is not easy to do. You get caught in bad situations sometimes. I always like it when I outscore the entire enemy team. That puts a smile on my face every single time. So thanks guys, see you later.